the Brown University shooting and what's playing out in Austria. When you think about it, 6 babies were shot in Brooklyn overnight while attending a Sweet 16. And it just tells us how our continuous effort to remove illegal guns off our streets have a crucial role in the city. And the close to 25,000 that we have removed saved lives. And we're going to continue to pursue making the city the safest big city in America. Our families go out to the victims and their families. And our city stands with the communities of Brown University, Brooklyn, and Austria. We clearly believe that families should never have to endure this level of violence. And we have talked about it over and over again, the violence that plays out on our college campuses, the violence that plays out on our streets, and the terrorism that has engulfed our city and country, I should say, our globe, particularly anti-Semitism. And we need to acknowledge and call it for what it is. This was just not a random act of violence that took place. It was anti-Semitic and targeted Jewish people. And today I'm here to provide an update on the security measures around synagogues and menorah lighters across the city, particularly in the wake of the anti-Semitic terror attack in Sydney that killed over a dozen people and injured approximately 40 more. We are surging counterterrorism officers and critical response commands, and the police commissioner will go in details on what we're doing. And we did this periodically after the attacks on October 7th. But let me be clear, we are doing this out of an overabundance of caution. In Sydney, the police had what appears to be a slower response. I'm sure the investigation will determine what happened, but I do know this. Specialized units play a primary role and function to go and respond to terrorist attacks at this nature. It is ill-advised to talk about the dismantling of the SRG team, the same team that went into 345 Park Avenue when we had now a lone gunman that took the lives of innocent New Yorkers. It took the courage of a civilian to take down one of the shooters. The country was lucky that the civilian was there. Public safety can't be luck. Specialized units like SRG are trained for these encounters. And this illustrates the necessity of the strategic response groups who are ready to respond to terror attacks on a mass scale. But this attack did not come out of nowhere. It came out as the consequences of Islamic extremists. And we have to be clear on that. It's not an attack on our Muslim brothers and sisters who carry out their faith every day, but it's the hijacking of their religion by Islamic extremists. Words have meaning. Words have impact, and words have power. Everyone needs to understand what words mean before they repeat them, before they shout them, before they defend them. That attack in Sydney is exactly what it means to globalize intifada. We saw the actual application of the globalization of intifada in Sydney because the attacker knew who he was targeting and he knew why. It is the first night of Hanukkah, the festival of lights, where Jews are obligated to publicize the celebration of their faith. And among the murdered victims of the attack were a rabbi who had ties to Crown Heights, as well as a Holocaust survivor. Let me say that again. A rabbi and a Holocaust survivor killed for being Jewish. Anti-Semitism has no place in our city, in our society, and in our world. And I will continue to fight for this community and all communities of this city, and for fellow brothers and sisters from the Jewish community. For the past 4 years, this administration has stood by the Jewish community, not just as the mayor, but as an ally, as a father, and as a human being. As human beings, we cannot just turn down the temperature of hate. That is not enough. We must shut it off completely. Here in New York City, we must call out hate without fear and without apology, because we will not be silent in the face of bigotry, of hatred to any group. We're going to be defiant. We're going to be resilient. All New Yorkers deserve to feel proud about their heritage. They deserve to feel safe in the displays of their pride. Tonight, as Jewish New Yorkers celebrate Hanukkah, we honor another family of fighters, the Maccabees, who fought for the freedom of Jewish people, and they won. It was a victory of the weak over the strong, of spirit and belief over military might. But the Maccabees did not waver in the face of struggle. They did not lose hope. They did not lose faith. And so they did not lose. And we will not lose. This evening, we will celebrate the first night of the miracle of Hanukkah. No matter the tragedies we have experienced as a city, as a country, and as a globe in the last 24 hours. May we never forget that even in moments of darkness, moments that seem like they might last forever, there will always be a light. I'm going to turn it over to the police commissioner of the city of New York.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon. Before I address